With the next Mortal Kombat game likely to be announced this year, I got thinking about the series, more specifically the Fatalities. That's probably because I'm a bit sick in the head. But seriously, I grew up on Mortal Kombat as a kid and haven't looked back since. The series has provided us bloodthirsty savages with more fatalities than I can count over the span of its 25 plus years.
I have been stabbed, shot, poisoned, frozen, hung, electrocuted, and burned.
Oh, really?
Everything from dismemberment, impalement, burning, beheading, clubbing, even extracting via telekinesis. What could Ed Boon and NetherRealm possibly do with these fatalities in the next game that they haven't already done? Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. My name's Grady, and in this video I want to discuss fatality variation in the next Mortal Kombat game. Now I hear you asking, what is fatality variation? Well, you didn't ask, but fuck it, I'll answer it anyway. First of all, this is just a working title. Call it a variation, variant, variable, anything that describes something that isn't limited to one solid process or outcome. Typically, when a fatality is performed on a character in the Mortal Kombat series, the process and the outcome always remains the same. Now to best demonstrate this, I've provided the following clip for your enjoyment. With the exception of the character voices, or screams of pain and agony in this case, every character in the Mortal Kombat series reacts the exact same way when a fatality is performed on them. I've been thinking about this for a while now, and having said that, I want to assure all of you that I am not a complete and total psychotic. You know, maybe I might have some issues. This is a subject I've not heard discussed before, so it's probably not a big deal to a lot of you. And while I have no real gripe with how the fatalities have been executed over the last 25 years or so, as stated before, when you've seen so many outlandish and inventive fatalities, where the hell do you go from there? Half of the entertainment that comes from a fatality is how the opponent reacts to it. NetherRealm have gone to great lengths in Mortal Kombat X, for example, to provide each character multiple opening segments tailored to a particular character they're about to face.
We could get back together, you know.
Once was punishment enough.
Ah, you're such a bitch.
A showdown? As in your films?
Did you like them?
Blindness has its benefits.
I enjoy your movies.
They're good, aren't they?
I will enjoy this more.
You approach me as a foe.
Nah, I'm just out of ice cubes.
At times, I regret our alliance.
What do you want, Cage?
Thought you could use a workout.
Aren't you busy making another shitty movie?
I can't even begin to count how many there actually are. Now not only that, but they've also provided each character 3 separate variations of fighting style too. Now if they can do that, then why not use that focus and put it into fatality variation? I understand that what I'm asking for would be a tremendous undertaking, but if there's one thing I know about Ed Boon, is that he's unbelievably goal-oriented.
What was your goal?
The goals for this Mortal Kombat game, one goal was just to be different. We've always made a conscious goal to be accessible. The Mortal Kombat said our goal was, and our original goal was to have, our goal was to really create.
Let me pitch you 2 ideas or scenarios that I believe would complement this feature. Now in scenario 1, there are at least 3 different reactions to a character's fatality. Let's look at Scorpion's classic fatality as an example. One variable would see the recipients take it like a boss and simply drop down like a sack of shit. The second variable sees the unlucky soul run around like a headless chicken, desperate for the nearest fire extinguisher. and the third variable would see the opponent perform some overdramatic actions before finally meeting his or her end. God, I sound like a psycho. These variables would be completely randomized to optimize the player experience. Not only would these variations spice up the fatalities, it would also be a completely new feature to the series. I'd even be happy if these variables were more subtle than described, so long as the player would pick up on them. Now let me discuss Scenario 2, and this is the more improbable of the two due to the amount of work it would actually take. But hey, anything's possible. In Scenario 2, there is only one fatality per character. I know guys, I know, just hear me out on this, alright? Hold them horses. Hey, she's kinda cute. Let's say the game drops with 26 characters at launch. Each recipient of the fatality would act completely different to the other depending on their individual characteristics. For example, a character like Kano would act more cowardly to his or her impending death, while a character like Kenshi would perhaps act with a bit more dignity. Even if these character-dependent reactions were a bit too ambitious, then at least remove the reaction based on each character's traits and personality. So long as each character reacted differently to the other, I'd be happy with that. Fuck it, I must be psychotic.
And the truth shall set you free!
Now if this unlikely scenario were ever to come to fruition, and I know I'm clutching at straws here, that would mean that each individual character could potentially have 26 fatalities. That's one fatality per character. 26 characters at launch with their own individual reaction to a single fatality, totaling 26 fatalities based on this particular pitch. Do you see now why I suggested one fatality per character? But keeping with this idea, utilising this feature would also mean even more hype for DLC characters. Not only would we be getting a new character with new movesets and a fatality, but each character's reaction to this fatality would provide even more longevity to the game, especially to the fatalities themselves, which is the entire point of this video. It's not about what the fatality is, but rather how it's received. And if you can create these variables, I think it would make for a refreshing, yet at the same time sickening change. And that's a good thing. Let us know what you think about these ideas down in the comments. What changes would you make to the current fatality system? Do you think fatalities even need a change? Discuss your ideas with each other and try to keep an open mind. And that's my pitch for fatality variation in the next Mortal Kombat game. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, you're probably more sick in the head than I am. Please leave a like if you enjoyed the video, as this helps the channel out tremendously. Please share the video to your friends, and subscribe to Egg on Beans on Toast and join the Fusion for more videos like this, as well as some other crazy shit you won't expect. Please follow me on Twitter where you can keep up to date on the latest EBT news, as well as the chance to chat with me and take part in regular voting polls. Thank you so much for your time, stay safe, and I'll see you when I see you. Love, do you still have the number for that psychiatrist?